Okay, we have 7.6, use algebraic expressions. So essential question, how can you use variables and algebraic expressions to solve problems? So now we're not just writing an algebraic expression, we're using it to solve a real problem here. Sometimes you have an unknown number, okay, that's key to know. We have an unknown, which is a variable, that you need to solve a problem. You can represent a problem like this by writing an algebraic expression, which uses numbers and letters, in which a variable represents the unknown number. So we're going to write a problem where we have something that we need to figure out. Rafe's flight from Los Angeles to New York took 5 hours. He wants to know the average speed of a plane per hour. So in order to know this, we need to know the formula for speed, okay? And it tells it down here. Write an expression to represent the average speed of a plane. Well, we need to know what that formula is. Use a variable to represent the unknown quantity. Okay, so we know a few things here. The plane's average speed, here's what average speed is equal to the distance traveled divided by the time it took. So you might see it like this, or speed could equal distance over time. That's the same as distance divided by time. And you can see it down here. Use a variable to represent the unknown quantity. So our unknown quantity is the distance. We know how long it took, but we don't know how far he went. And then it's miles. Our distance is in miles, not kilometers or inches or feet. So here is our algebraic expression. Which says speed. This is speed. Speed equals distance in miles divided by, how long did the trip take us? 5 hours. Where did I get that? It said right here. It took 5 hours. Okay. So I still don't know speed and I don't know how far the trip was. I still need D and T. D is my distance. It's my unknown. So Rafe looks up the distance between Los Angeles and New York on the internet and finds the distance is this. So now I did a little research. I know that the distance is 2,460 miles, and I'm going to use that for D. So we're substituting in 2460 for the distance in order to find the speed. And I don't like that they don't have the speed equals. But in any case, we're dividing both by 5. I'm really just taking this to find a unit rate. 5 divided by 5 is in 1 hour because we're looking for the hourly rate. Okay, right here, miles per hour, MPH. So when I divide this by 5, I take my calculator and I take 2460 and I divide it by 5. It tells me 492 miles per hour. Now I know that sounds fast, but remember, we're in an airplane. Airplanes go fast. So our unknown was the distance. I found it using research. And then I found the actual speed, okay? Turn it over. In the problem on the previous page, the variable represented a single value, the distance between Los Angeles and New York. In other situations, a variable may represent any number in a particular set of numbers, such as the set of positive numbers. So sometimes it could mean more than one thing, okay? Joanna makes and sells candles online. She charges $7 per candle. And shipping is $5 per order. Okay, we talked about these problems the other day in class. Write an expression that Joanna can use to find the total cost for any candle order. So follow these right here. Think, the number of candles a customer buys will vary from order to order. You know, John might buy 2, Sally might buy 5. So let N represent the number of candles. This is our unknown right here. We don't know how many they're going to buy. That's the unknown. It's the variable. Buys when N is a whole number greater than 0, because if they don't buy any, it doesn't matter. So they can buy 1, they can buy 2, they can buy 3, and so on. They can buy 100, or they can buy 1,000,000 if they want. So here is our sentence up here broken down. The charge per candle. Well, it tells us right right here, $7 per candle. $7 per candle times the number of candles. Well, we don't know how many candles a person's going to order, so that is right here. This is N plus the one-time $5 fee. Remember, there's no Amazon Prime here. They got to pay $5 for shipping. So an expression for the total cost of the candle order is 7 times the number of candles plus $5. That's going to equal the cost. C equals that. So now they're talking about substituting in. In March, one of Joanna's customers ordered 4 candles. In May, the same placed an order for 6 candles. What is the total charge for both orders? So we've got 2 months, March and May. So here's our expression, 7N plus 5. Well, in March, it says she ordered 4 candles. So N in March is 4. So her candles cost $28 plus the $5 shipping is $33. So in March, she paid $33. In May, it says she ordered 6 candles. So N is 6 in May. 7 times 6, her candles cost 42 plus the shipping is 47. So March is 33, May is 47. Down here it says add, because we want to know the total for both orders. 33 plus 47, $80. So the total charge was $80. Think about this. Okay, let's move on to the next page. Okay, so we have a variety of these. We're going to look at, make sure you answer the question that it says. It says, we're writing an expression, okay? Louisa read that the highest elevation of Mount Everest is 8,848. She wants to know how much higher Mount Everest is than Mount Rainier. So remember what we did in class. Does Everest equal Rainier? No, it does not. Okay? Mount Everest is than Mount Rainier. So if I know the height of Mount Everest, 8,848. If I knew the distance of Rainier, I would just subtract it. And that would tell me the difference. Okay, that would tell me how much higher Everest is than Rainier. Okay, if I subtracted E minus R, but I don't know that. This is my variable that I don't know. I know Everest, but I don't know Rainier. So look at number 2. They go hand in hand. Louisa researches the highest elevation of Mount Rainier and finds that it is 4,092 meters. Use your expression to find the difference. So I'm going to substitute in 4392 for R. Remember, it was Everest minus Rainier. And then when I take my calculator and do that, I'm going to find that the distance is 4456 meters. Okay, so it's 4,456 meters higher. Okay, so I knew Everest, I didn't know Rainier. If I subtract them and find the difference, it tells me how much higher it is. I researched it and found R. Now I could solve it. Okay. A muffin recipe calls for 3 times as much flour as sugar. Write an expression that can be used to find the amount of flour needed for a given amount of sugar. Tell what the variable in your expression represents. So, are the flour and sugar equal? No, they're not equal. There's 3 times as much flour as sugar. Okay? So if I know the flour and I multiply the sugar times 3, they're going to be equal. If I have 1 cup of sugar and I multiply it times 3, I'm going to have 3 cups of flour because there's 3 times as much flour as sugar. You could also a visual. 1 cup, here's 1 cup, but then there's 3 cups of flour, sugar and flour. Flour equals 3 times of sugar. What does S equal? S is the cups of sugar. Remember, it said what the variable represents. Okay? Flour is the cups of flour. Use your expression to find the amount of flour needed when 3/4 cups of sugar is used. So flour equals 3/4. This is S. Let me back up here. Flour equals 3S. That's our expression. Let's bring that over here. And we know right now that S is 3/4. So I'm going to multiply 3 because it's 3 times as much here. 9/4, which equals 2 1/4, because when I divide this out, it goes in 2 times. 2 1/4 cups of flour. Okay? Let's get that. Okay, write an algebraic expression for each word expression, then evaluate the expression for these values. The quotient of, that's division, P and 4. So that's P divided by 4. So I'm going to have 3 answers. In this one, 1/2 divided by 4, 4 divided by 4, and 6.5 divided by 4. So here I might do keep, change, flip, keep, change, flip, which is going to equal 1/8. 4 divided by 4 is 1. And I'm just going to use my calculator for this one, even though I could do it long. 6.5 divided by 4. This is 1.625. You're substituting all 3 of those in. For less than, remember less than, goes to the end. The sum of x plus 5 minus 4. So I'm going to substitute in 1/2 here. So 1/2 plus 5 minus 4. 5.5 minus 4 equals 1.5. I'm going to substitute in 4 here. 4 plus 5 minus 4. So 9 minus 4. Answer is 5. 6.5 plus 5 minus 4. 11.5 minus 4. 7.5. Okay? So you have to substitute those values in after you write that.